Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everyone. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. Each and every day, we really tap into our growing community through our engaging content and our real connections. Thank you so much for joining me each and every day, at least Monday through Friday. I join you at 11 o'clock Eastern to provide you with a morning message. Today is MLK Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and I hope all of you guys are celebrating with not only an open mind, but the ability and willingness to move forward during these times. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Linda. It is imperative that we put one foot in front of the other. And you know that I speak to that each and every time that I get on. It's about the baby steps. One step, whether it be big or small, is always moving in the right direction. And today, more than most days, you kind of reflect on that number of different posts that we had put out today regarding moving forward together, having a significantly positive point of view in the way in which we can move forward and not stand still. I know not only myself as a business person and a professional, but us as a nation. We are not always where we want to be, but we sure as heck are not where we were. So our goal is to be able to move forward in a way that is beneficial, in a way that we can see the progress. You can look back on where you have been, reflect, knowing that you're going to get closer to what it is that you want. I know that so many of us have big, grandiose goals for 2021 and beyond. And the only way to get closer to those goals is for us to move forward. The only way for us to get closer, good morning, Candy, how are you, to where it is that we want to be is by putting one foot in front of the other. It's by picking up the phone, dare I say. It's about sending the email, making the post, sending out the broadcast, going live. It's about taking those necessary steps in order for you to have your voice be heard, have the features and benefits of the product or service in which you offer be shared. It's about moving forward. Some of us may feel as if we are on the treadmill. Hello, Crystal. How are you, gorgeous? The treadmill of things where we're doing the same thing, but we are literally not going anywhere. We are working up a sweat. Actually, we're getting the miles in. But when we step off of the treadmill, we have not gotten 1 foot further than where we were when we began. The effort is there. We are enthusiastic about who it is that we are. We are working hard, but we are going nowhere. And so for what I want to do, and I want us to kind of focus on today, is all the effort, the sweat, right? The trials, the tribulations, is it moving us forward? Or are we just stuck on this treadmill, working up a sweat, physically going nowhere? Or are we in a space where what we are doing, good morning, Kelly, how are you? What we are doing and how we are contributing and how we are functioning, is that actually moving us ahead? Or are we doing the same thing over and over again? Are we kind of getting ourselves stuck in a rut? Remember, it is 2021 and it is January. We're not carrying over those old habits. We're not trying to have 2021 be a reflection or consistent with 2020. We're not doing the same things and expecting different results. We are moving forward. And we got a new step to the way in which we move. We've recognized the things that didn't work. We've recognized the things that didn't actually pan out for us. We're not repeating all of that. We are not on the treadmill. We are moving forward in a way that is productive. We're moving forward in a way that affords us the ability to move closer to what it is that we want. We're moving forward. Some of us tend to pace in space, right? In our own time, we're like kind of in that space where we're running in place. Again, working up that sweat, claiming that we are working hard, but literally going nowhere, doing the same thing over and over again. It's time for us to step outside of it. Before we choose to move forward, let's figure out how we are going to move. What does that look like for us? What stride are we going to partake in? How is it going to feel when we're moving forward? Are we doing the same thing? Are we trying to justify the same actions that got us nowhere before? But if you try it again in the new year, will it work? Maybe it's time to try something new. Maybe it's time for you to give it a new step as you embark on this new year. And I know that 2 weeks into this new year, you might be feeling it. I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm kind of functioning in the same way. And I promised myself that I wouldn't. I promised myself that 2021 would be different. I promised myself that I'd have a better attitude. I promised myself I would have a better perspective. Time's moving. Regardless of whether or not we're moving or not, time is moving. So I want you to step into it. I want you to move forward. I want you to leave behind those horrible habits, those bad habits, those things in which didn't serve you. I don't want you to continuously be doing them and adding them to the menu of items in which you are serving over and over again. I want us to move forward with a fresh state of mind, with a proper perspective, right? With the scars that we've had from all of the wounds that we've lived through. And I want us to move forward in a way that is beneficial, that again can get us closer to what it is that we want. But we cannot get what we want standing still. We cannot get what we want just looking at where we stand and hoping that somebody's going to drop opportunity in our lap, or that what it is that we're going to want or what it is that we're going to do is just going to manifest itself if you even pray enough. Letitia, how are you, gorgeous? It's going to be about what am I going to do? How am I going to physically and mentally move forward? Where do I need to put myself, whether it be online or off, in order to get the exposure that I need to move forward? What do I need to do? It's funny because a lot of people had asked, did you audition? Do you audition for talk shows, or do you want to be talent and those kinds of things? Which, again, I'm naturally an extroverted person. And you would think that, yes, I would love to be on television. And there's no denying that I would never turn down a call from Auntie Oprah when she calls me, because that call's coming, I have a feeling, right? And that's my hope, right? The hope is that I gain exposure in a specific way, but I chose not to wait for the call. I chose not to audition and gain approval from other people that my voice was appropriate or my tone was appropriate or my lips, my nose, my eyes, my hair, all of that stuff would fit into their network or their program. What I did is I moved forward and I created my own. A lot of us are waiting for people to give us permission to move forward. A lot of us are waiting for people to say, you are good enough. Now you can move on to the next step. Here's the medal. Now you can move on to the next step. Here's the trophy. Now you can move on to the next step. That didn't come from me, right? That didn't come from me. I've yet to be, quote unquote, discovered. So what did I have to do? I had to discover myself. I had to figure out what my strengths were. I had to know that I had a voice that could share stories and be able to promote people in their own absence. That I was confident enough to do that, and I enjoyed the storytelling enough to turn that into my life. I made the decision to move forward. Not that I, my darling, I'm not going to return the call when Oprah calls, when Owen calls, when Bravo calls, when all of those opportunities call, but it's more likely for them to call if I'm moving myself in my direction. So many of you now know of the folks that were ordinary folks, let's say, that have now become household names. People who were doing what they were doing, got noticed for what they were doing because they were moving forward. And someone else met them at that opportunity and gave them more. What I want for all of you is for you to move forward so people can notice you on your journey. So people can give you more because they see you doing more. They see that you are capable on your own. As much as they would be able to help you, you would be able to help yourself. People are more confident in working with those who are moving in their own direction, that are self-motivated and have that entrepreneurial spirit. They want to be in those rooms. They want you in their conference room. You want to move forward. You need that permission, Crystal. I'm giving it to you, as you should be giving it to yourself. Permission to move forward, permission for you to reach your goals, permission for you to surrender the mistakes that you have made, knowing that there is more opportunity that lies ahead. Because we're not getting on that treadmill and going nowhere, but working up a sweat. We are literally taking small steps, medium steps, large steps forward in order for us to get closer to what it is that we want. And I know it's hard. Hello, Andrea. I know it's hard. And I know it's exhausting. And I know you look at the road ahead and you said, how am I going to make it? I don't have enough gas in the tank to get me to where it is that I'm going. But I promise you, once you start moving, right? Think about it from a workout standpoint. You dread working out, the majority, right? You dread it. And even this morning, before I started working, I was like, maybe I'll do it this afternoon. I was making all of these excuses in my mind why I wasn't going to get myself out of bed to work out in the morning. I was already making excuses. But the minute I got on the treadmill, I'm good. The minute that I got actually in motion, I am good. The minute I put one foot in front of the other, the muscle memory came to me. I felt better for it. And when I was done working out, I felt amazing. It's hard to get started. But I'm here to tell you that all you need to do is put one foot in front of the other, to pick up that phone, to send that email, to let people know what you sell, to share the features and benefits of the product or service or organization in which you have spent all of your life creating. You owe it to yourself to give yourself permission to be able to move forward. I find it tragic, truthfully. And This Is It TV came from that. Like, I've always been extroverted. And what I found when working with introverts is that I was hurt for those that could not find the words. I was like, this is a travesty. Those that have sacrificed, those that have remortgaged their home, those that couldn't, have not gone to the bat mitzvah, those that haven't seen their nieces because they have this idea, because they have this business, and then given the opportunity to speak on it, given the opportunity to move forward, they weren't able. They were in that analysis paralysis space. And I said, I have to figure out how to give a voice to the voiceless. I have to figure out how to share this energy that comes naturally to me with those in which are looking for the sounds, those in which that are looking to move forward. Scream Your Dream came from this. For people to no longer whisper their wishes, but to scream their dream, for them to move forward to what it is that they deserve, for them to find the words, for them to tell their story. My goal for all of you is to be able to move forward. Because you know that where you stand, regardless of the wealth or success that you currently have as an entrepreneur, as somebody who's in the midst of moving forward, you know that wherever it is that you are is not enough. Even if you are blessed, and the majority of us are, we are not in a space of enough. We want more. But in order to gain more, we must move forward together, independently. The entrepreneurial spirit should drive us in order to pick up the phone, to send the email, to post, to go live. Those are the smaller things that we can do in order to move forward. I know that it's difficult. Just like getting on the treadmill was difficult for me today. But once I got on that treadmill, once I worked out, once I lifted the weights, once I did the crunches, I was satisfied afterwards. That's the literal treadmill. The figurative treadmill of life that you guys are working up a sweat and not going anywhere, we're getting off that one. We're not looking just to do work, wondering why things aren't working out. Our goal is to be able to move forward, take true action steps in order to get closer to what it is that we want. To not just dwell on it, not question why we haven't reached our goals because we continue to do the same thing over and over and over again. We're going to focus on the new things that we can do in order to get the new life that we want. Because even if we are sitting in the blessed nature of our lives, we know we want more. And what we have isn't enough for the goals that we have in front of us. So today, I want us to all move forward. And if you need help in doing so, you know where to find me. My goal is to be able to help you all in finding your voice, in telling your story, and no longer whispering your wishes, but in fact, screaming your dream. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. I'm the CEO and executive producer of This Is It Network. We connect remarkable women to inspiring stories. Through our growing through our growing community, our engaging content, and our real connections, I come live to you each and every day, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern, in hopes of you screaming your dream. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Please, let's move forward together today.